Today on Conversations, I'm joined by one of the most genuine streamers in the space. You've seen her reactions on WWE TV. You've seen her clips everywhere as she's become known just for being herself. Funny, real, and unapologetic. From Powerbomb me to follow me, this is MinniePortable. Minnie, how you doing today? Welcome to the show.
Thank you for that. That means so much. I laughed when you said genuine because that's my downfall too. Because I'm like just so me. People are like, "Wow, you're kind of like mean and weird," and I'm like, "I'm sorry." Like, I'm
Well,
sorry.
you know what, Minnie? I can't agree with that. Like, I've actually gotten to meet you in real life, and you are an absolute sweetheart. So these people online saying you're mean, they don't know the real Minnie, right? But we met each other a year ago at TwitchCon, which feels like a lifetime ago. So much has changed since then. And mainly, you've moved all the way across the country, LA to Ohio. How's that been? How's the transition feeling?
It's been good. I needed it. I'm doing a lot of good things for myself. I feel more just like lightheaded in a good way. Not lightheaded like woozy, but it's just like my brain before was just like stressing, like I gotta do this. And now it's like, ooh, like
It's
balance,
all
life
just
and
kind of
peace.
calm now. You're able to take a bit of a breather now that you've moved. Why is that? Like, did LA just put like this pressure on you or something?
It's a very fast city. Also, out there, just cost of living is so expensive. So I
Mm.
was working so much. I was like just 40 hours a week, not even including streaming and content. I was literally just stressed. I wasn't taking care of myself because my days were from like 5 a.m. to like friggin' whenever wrestling ended. And then I still created content afterwards. It was bad. And over here, I don't have to do any of that because this is my full time now since whatever.
Yay! Let's
Yeah.
go!
Yeah.
Yeah!
You know what's crazy? The same amount of money that I used to pay for a 200 square foot box, I'm paying for a one bedroom apartment here. And I'm chilling. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, this is good.
That's really good. So Ohio is treating you well. Do you feel like you've really become a part of the state now, or are you still just kind of getting settled in?
I'm getting settled in. Buckeyes, though, I'm representing that so hard, and I can't wait to go to my first state game. It's something that in Los Angeles, it's all like Dodgers, Dodgers, which is cool. It's fine. I go to Dodgers game. It's cool. It's like the cool thing to do. Oh, yeah.
It took
Listen,
what,
listen.
2 minutes. Like, I didn't
I
even
didn't.
have any. I didn't have any plans to bring this up. I was hoping we could just slide through this and but all right. Congratulations, Dodgers. I guess I gotta say that.
Didn't even do that on purpose too. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah. When the game was going too, I was like, no, Con had a really bad week. I really want the Blue Jays to win. And then as soon as like I saw the game and you know that little spot where
uh,
dude was trying to get hit. I don't know his name. And then he got hit. And then they hit Yamamoto's no. Was it no, it wasn't Yamamoto. Who was on the who was the pitcher?
you're gonna make me relive this? Are you seriously going to make me go back down every single play that happened? You
Never mind,
won.
never mind.
Congrats. All right.
Never mind.
But like
Please,
you've moved all the way across. I'm getting away from the Dodgers here, Minnie. Like, don't make me. I had nightmares, man. But I want to know, okay? Like, since you feel like you're just slowly starting to get ingrained into the Ohio state, I want to know how Ohio are you right now. So I got a few questions for you. Let's test you out. Which fast food chain started in Ohio? Taco Bell, Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, or Burger King?
Chick-fil-A.
Wrong. I'm gonna make sure I make that noise every time. It is Wendy's. I don't have any other facts for it.
Wendy's.
I don't know why. Wendy's started in Ohio apparently. But how about the official state snack? Is it corn chips, Buckeyes, pretzels, or beef jerky?
Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna know any of this. Okay, so Buckeyes is I think it's a type of a nut or something.
No, I actually
Something.
know this one as well. My lovely editor Jay got me a pack of Buckeyes last year for Christmas. They're like these tiny little chocolate candies that have like peanut butter in them or something like that. They're
Oh.
delicious. I would definitely recommend getting them.
Oh, I thought it was a nut.
Well,
Well,
a peanut is a nut. Like, we can roll with that. But yeah, Buckeyes. Buckeyes is the official state
Buckeyes.
snack.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you got to try them. How about the nickname for Ohio people? Or I guess Ohio's nickname as a state. The People State, the Heart of It All, the Bold Buckeye, or the Middle State?
I think it's the people state.
You think it's the people state? That's the wrestling fan in you talking. It's the heart of it all. It's right in the center, the heart
Oh
of it
my
all.
goodness.
I know.
Oh
And
my
last one,
goodness.
okay? Last one, because you're going to experience your first Ohio winter. Snowmobiling, skiing, complaining about the weather, and going outside or hibernating. What is the official winter activity?
Complaining about the weather
You
and
got it.
hibernating.
You got
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Well,
So you're an
yeah.
official Ohioan now. Is that what they're called?
Well,
Ohioans? I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I've been saying Ohioans, Ohio's, like just anything that makes sense, but I have no idea. Everybody's been warning me about winter, so that's the only reason I knew about that.
I guess like the Ohio winters and Canadian winters got to be pretty similar, right? Like, so you've never experienced a winter like you're going to
Mm.
experience coming up, right?
Yeah, it's going to be my first official winter because even in California, it got to like 40s, but that was like in the middle of the night, like at 2 or 3 in the morning.
Crazy. Well, I hope you got a nice winter jacket. You're gonna need it this year. Okay. But I
Okay.
want to talk a little bit about who MinniePortable is. I've seen online that you describe yourself as a positive menace who enjoys pro wrestling. Like,
That's on my Patreon channel, Patreon.
what makes you a menace?
A menace? What do you mean, con man?
I don't know.
Um,
You tell me.
well, well, just the ability of, I mean, I am unapologetically myself. So with that does come a territory of if you're gonna be a dumbass, I'm gonna tell you that you're a dumbass. And it's probably not in a way that you're so used to, right? You know, because you're like, why is this person telling me this? Blah, blah, blah. But it's like, listen, the energy is reciprocated here. So I'm a positive menace, meaning I'm not gonna go to you with negative energy. I'm not gonna go on you like to you and talk crap unless you're one of my friends, like, you know, like, but that's banter at that point. But that's what I mean by positive menace. Like, don't just because I'm little, I'm 5'2", don't think that I'm not gonna clap back.
Oh, you'll clap back. We've seen we've seen the clap backs from you here. It's you certainly bring that energy. I like that though about you, Minnie. That you basically you put the energy into your chat, right? And that's the energy you're going to give them back. So if you're somebody who's just sitting there talking crap, they're going to well, like you said, you're going to clap back at them, right?
Mhm.
Everybody though is a big fan of you because you're a fan of pro wrestling. Like you said, you're unapologetic. You talk your talk. You talk how you what you like, what you don't like, right? What about it about wrestling? How did that come into your life? Like, how did you find this?
Yeah, I was young. My dad, my brothers were watching it in the living room, but my dad was primarily just watching it for the divas, and he was forcing my brothers to watch it for the divas as well. So me just being young, I just like passed by the screen and I fell in love with it immediately because I saw Lita, I saw Eddie Guerrero. I was like, this is cool. Like I like this. But my dad was like, no, this is it for you, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, whatever, man. So I would just sneak and watch it. And I'm the only one out of the family that actually still continues to watch it.
Wow. That's actually crazy. The fact that he was pushing it so hard on your brother, but
Mhm.
you're the one who became the pro wrestling fan. What year was that you started watching?
That it's the years are kind of like foggy for me, but it was the ruthless aggression. No, it was attitude era transitioning into the ruthless aggression era. I feel like that's like my faintest memory, but I think when I really, really, really remember actually watching it, I was like 12 years old. Because
Okay.
I believe I was like 5 when that happened, when attitude era was like transitioning. But I think when I remember actually like solidifying myself in like in front of a TV and actually watching it was when I was, yeah, 12 years old.
So you mentioned Eddie Guerrero, Lita. Were they wouldn't have been at that time then still the main focus of TV? Who were the main focus at that point?
When I was like 12 years old.
Yeah, yeah. Is it still Eddie and
Uh,
Lita, or is my timeline off?
no, because okay, so I think I remember Carlito and Batista.
Oh,
I
okay.
think Batista was one of my favorites. Like I think he was my first favorite wrestler. I was gravitated by individuals, but I think my first favorite wrestler was Batista. But yeah, my memory is so foggy.
Isn't it weird how all of us wrestling creators seem to have that same thing where it's like we love this, but like remembering the little tiny details of when we started and like just you name it, right? Like we all struggle with it. Is that because we absorb wrestling in a very different way, would you say?
Yes. Before, I think my memory with things was more sharp. Now, because we do watch alongs, we have our chat, and we're also supposed to be not performative where we're faking it, but like performative and engaging so we could be entertaining so people can actually watch us while they're watching the product, right?
Hmm.
So now I do catch myself every single time I come on. Like today, Friday Night SmackDown's gonna be on. People are gonna be asking me, "Oh, so who do you think is gonna be?" And I'm like, "That's happening." I'm like,
Yeah.
"What?" I'm like, I literally was here last week, but I can't remember that because it's like so many things happening. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
It must be something along the lines of like we are absorbing so much, whether it be comments, notifications, we're scrolling through Instagram and we just see post after post after post that a week ago feels like a year ago, to be honest. The stories
Yeah.
that happen from week to week, it's literally in one ear and out the other. So it's crazy how it's changed. I felt that for myself as well, where I used to just know everything. Like I could remember every single detail. I'm like, this makes sense. This is going to go in this direction. And now I feel like I'm just like, waiting for it to happen on TV. There's no rhyme or reason why I'm predicting something. It's just there, right? I'm just enjoying it as a fan. Would you say you're more of a fan now that you're a creator, though?
I think I'm less of a fan.
Okay.
Like, I will always be a fan, forever be a fan. Even if I stop doing wrestling content creation, I will still be a fan. But I think the fandom aspect in me has been lost for a while. And I think it's just because now it's something that like I shouldn't be so triggered by by like, hey man, what's your prediction for this? Or blah blah blah. And I'm like, stop asking me that. I think the aspects of like being, I want to predict this and I'm gonna fantasy book this. I'm not excited to do that at all anymore because it's such a requirement now that it's like, I don't want to do that. You're ruining wrestling for me. So yeah, I feel like the fandom in me is lost.
Okay, so fandom in you lost, and do you think that's because of the internet? I know you have such
Yes.
strong feelings on the internet,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I need to know, what is it about the internet that you just grind your gears the most?
It's so before I even go off, it's more funny because it's like you complain about the internet, right? And then there's always people who are like, "Well, it's an easy fix. Get off the internet." And it's like, dude, first of all, it's 2025. Getting off the internet revolves me being in a freaking woods. Like
Yeah.
it's like I'm already raw dogging life. Like I'm not drinking alcohol or caffeine right now. I can't raw dog the internet also. I will go crazy. But anyways, I think with the internet there's so many different personalities, so many people that a human is not supposed to be around that many different personalities. And I'm going to say personalities instead of opinions because I feel like they go hand in hand, but it's like somebody like my chat, I literally crashed out because somebody used wrestling logic. Like normally a normal person would not crash out because somebody would just like, "Oh, well, Drew's looking tall, so that means he's gonna lose on Saturday night." And I just crashed out. Like it's like
So is that when we lost it? Like I saw your board get erased. You went down for like 23 days in a row down to 0. So that's what made you crash out?
Yeah, wrestling logic. Because I always complain about wrestling logic. Because it's like, I want to have fun. I don't have fun as a fan anymore. So for me, fun is like, let me see where this goes. Let me not think about it. And then my comments are thinking about it. The internet is thinking about it. Everybody requires you to think about it too. And I'm like, damn. So,
Well,
yeah.
you know what though? I think that's the right direction for you, Minnie, because like if you're able to just enjoy watching the show and not have to dissect every single thing, and you can get enjoyment out of the characters, out of their one-liners that they have back and forth, or something stupid that they've done. Like for example, I found more enjoyment, and this is going to be hilarious to say, but I found more enjoyment out of Morning Woods than I have out of anything in recent time. Right? Seeing the ridiculous hat from Xavier Woods coming out like that is just, it's the stupid fun stuff in wrestling that draws me to the product these days. And I don't know about you. What is it about the product these days that draws you in? Is it the characters, the goofiness? What is it?
Characters for sure. Like a Drew McIntyre, I will be 100% engaged. I think he's so funny. The fact that he's trolling just makes me happy. I just love trolls. If you're a troll and you can make it funny, I love that. And the fact that I can be here and say Drew McIntyre is right. Like, listen to this man. And everybody's like, but he's complaining, he's whining. I find that so fun that it's like you can have different interpretations of like a character, but it should all be fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
You enjoying Morning Woods? I bet somebody was like, it's not even that funny, man. Like,
Oh, 1000%.
like, be quiet, be quiet. You are ruining this for me. But yeah, that's the fun aspect for me is the fact that like we can all troll and like be unserious because life is too serious to be that serious about wrestling.
Absolutely. Well said. Yeah. You just enjoy wrestling, right? It's week to week. Things change. If you want somebody to be pushed up the cart, like just make your voice heard, right? Have fun with it along the way. But I need to know now. We're going to transition a little bit into just you as a creator, okay? You mentioned that maybe that fandom isn't burning as strong, but like yet you probably watch more wrestling than you've ever watched in your life. At what point did you start to transition from just a pure fan into content creator?
When I started streaming on Twitch in 2020, I was playing video games, but I was also just streaming old clips, like old Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era clips on my stream. I had a very, very tiny community back then. And then I posted that Powerbomb video over on TikTok. And then that's when I was like, all right, well, if this is my moment to make something out of it, then yeah, here I am now.
Well, that Powerbomb video, we got to touch on it, okay? You and Suplex, the birth of MinniePortable into the world of wrestling, if you will. I watched your video this morning. What the fuck, Minnie? How did that all happen? Like, why?
First, did you ever see that video? Like
No,
before you
that
even
was
knew
my
me?
first. I literally today, as I'm sitting down, I'm like,
Okay.
I need an intro here. I need something, and then I see your latest video. I'm like, this is perfect here. Like, we need to talk about the Powerbomb meme moment. Like, I have
Yeah.
no idea what went through your mind, but it worked clearly.
Yeah. Well, I'm a dumbass. You already know that. I say things because I feel like there's something that will be like more of an entertaining aspect to it when I say something that I could probably just casually say. But I'm also very open and I say too much more than I should. So I was basically just like talking to my chat, as usual, talking about dumb stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, when I'm getting down and dirty, I want to get powerbomb. Whatever the hell I said. I was like, I want to get powerbomb, but they don't believe me. So I just say powerbomb me. I clipped that, posted that on TikTok, and then I don't know if you know that, but I did wrestling dating shows because a lot of people
Right.
were stitching it. Yeah, so I had guys just do wrestling promos, and then I had to pick a winner, and it was fun. That's how I met Nate, actually.
I did see that through the video. Like, you kind of were just on like side quests of all side quests. Correct me if I'm wrong. You've been on some game shows, correct, as well? Like in real life, what was it? Wheel of Fortune? Was it Family Feud? What was it that you were on?
Let's make a deal.
Oh, Let's Make a Deal. Sorry, I just offended all the game shows out there. So was that just because you were in LA that came about? Like, what happened there?
Yeah, I was signed to an agency for like background and audience work because I'm not an actress. I never tried to be an actress, but I am in Los Angeles. There's so much opportunity out there to make extra cash. So I just did that. I did a lot of audience work. You could probably see me in I don't even know how many I did. I did like over 80. So
Oh,
there's
wow.
like there's more
Yeah.
lore out there. But that was just back audience work. I'm sorry. Let's Make a Deal. I just signed up for that one because I was desperate to just make my rent. So I was like, I need money. What game show is like happening now? That was such a grueling process to get on there too, because you have to do the phone call. You have to pass the phone call, then you do the video interview. You have to pass that. Then in person, once you get selected in person, they still have to like interview you. Okay, so Wayne Brady does this. What are you gonna do? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk about this, blah, blah, blah. And then they don't pay you to attend. Wayne Brady still has to select you. So you're
Oh,
spending eight
man.
hours and you don't even know if you're going to get picked.
Wow. So that's nerve-wracking as you're sitting there hoping that your name gets called, right?
Yeah. And then what if you lose?
Right? Yeah, then you're just on national TV looking like a damn fool, right? Like,
Yeah, like
clearly
banana.
that's not what you wanted. But you said 80 of them that you were in the background for. What was your favorite
Yeah.
experience of just sitting in the background?
It was this Netflix show. I can't even remember. It was a Netflix comedy, like a woman's comedy thing. I liked it because I got paid great money for 4 hours. We were able to like also drink and stuff. We had food out there for us. I think that was my favorite experience.
Nice, nice. That sounds like a lot of fun. We're going to transition back to wrestling, though, just for a minute here. And I'm going to be that stupid Mark in the comments that's asking you a dumb question about wrestling, okay? Are you ready for it?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. If you could take any number of WWE wrestlers and any number of AEW wrestlers, what trade would you want to make?
Oh, trades. I never thought of trades. Okay. Because I know she cares about women's wrestling and I feel like she's the only one realistically to go to AEW, I would make a trade for oh, I think she fits WWE. I love her so much, but I think she fits WWE. So I would move Harley Cameron and get
Ooh.
Bailey to AEW.
Nice. Hey, Bailey would pop off in AEW and Harley Cameron as well because she just has like all of the tools to be like a WWE superstar. You're right. She would fit
Yeah.
right in there with the singing, the character work that she does, and the comedic timing that she has. If you could take Bailey into AEW, what was your dream match for her though?
I mean, I could cheat and just be like rematch with
You could.
Mercedes. Which actually that would be a dream match if she does go to AEW. I would go with Bailey versus Queen Aminata. I think that would slap.
Ooh, that would be fun, man. Queen Aminata's been crushing it this year as well. So I like that
Yes.
answer. Bailey just feels like it would be a great addition to that roster.
Let me change that. Bailey versus Willow Nightingale because they both are like the little happy people. Yes, actually, let me change it. There you go.
Book it. Book it, Minnie.
Yeah.
Book it.
Okay.
All right. If you could go back in time and rewatch one wrestling moment for the very first time, what would it be?
I have a couple. I think I have a couple, and they all involve Kurt Angle. Um, I think I would go back and watch and be there live for Kurt Angle versus Lord Voldemort because that's such a good. I'm gonna say Lord Voldemort.
Yep. Okay. I picked up on it for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
You know what? I literally through my brain there. I was like, was there a crossover? Like, hang on, what was going on here? But no. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a banger.
Yeah. Yeah, at the Rumble, that specific match. Yeah. The other one that I was thinking was the John Cena debut with Ruthless
Mm,
Aggression, just to be there for that moment. But
that'd
yeah.
be cool to say that you were there for that. What's one moment that
Mhm.
you were there for that you're like, oh my god, I can't believe I was there for that?
That's a good question. I'm gonna go with AEW. It was MJF's pipe bomb. He
Mm.
did that in Los Angeles, and it was the first ever Dynamite there. And I was like, I'm here for this. And I was the biggest at the time. I was the biggest MJF simp, but also I loved just his work. And I was like, I'm here for this. Like, yeah,
When he
that moment.
screamed, "You fucking Mark!" What was Minnie's face reaction? Like, if we were getting the reaction, what was it?
I was I was at floor seating. I was at the very corner in the last row. So I'm literally like just dude, I'm like popping off. I'm just like like I'm popping the fuck off. And there was a dad next to me and he was just like, "You're really here by yourself?" Cuz I went by myself too cuz whatever, man. But he was like, "You really here by yourself?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was like marking out with me too. I was like, "Cool."
I love that. I love that. I never thought I would ever go to a wrestling show by myself. When I first started watching wrestling, did you have that kind of same thought process the very first
Yeah.
time you went by yourself? Like, it
Yeah.
felt like, oh my God, I'm just this loser going. But once you're in the arena, you feel like you're part of a community, right?
Mhm. Yeah. I totally
Yeah.
felt that way too. Yeah. But it was the first Dynamite in Los Angeles. I was like, I can't miss this. So, yeah.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do to get to those events, right? As a creator, though, what part of wrestling content creation right now is fun for you?
Oh, it's such a dull time in wrestling too that it's been so hard to create content. I think as a content creator, the funniest thing right now is because it's so dull, I want to say streaming. I feel like streaming has been a lot more fun than actually creating content.
You like just the back and forth with the chat the most, like that interaction in real time? Is that what brings it to you?
Yeah, I mean at the moment, but usually it's usually the creating content part that I like. Usually I just like actually like once I see a video and I know that it's a good video, especially when I do like stupid funny videos, I'm so proud of that. But I haven't had that. Well, I know I had the Haunted Mansion one that I just recently did. I actually was very proud of that one. So yeah.
What part gets the
I-
most tiring?
Uh,
Unfiltered, no holding back. Just be unapologetic like you are.
I'm trying to find the right word because I was like, is this self-deprecation? Self-deprecation? Just the fact that like now that you're not now that I'm doing it full time and I have no new video plans, nothing on the board. I'm trying to keep my days busy because I'm like, if I sit down in front of in front of this setup, I'm gonna have nothing to do.
Mhm.
and I'm just gonna waste my day. So that's the
So
worst part right now.
finding what you want to do, right? Like getting that creative juice
Yeah.
going, and because you don't want to just do the cookie cutter stuff, as you said, you want to do something
No.
that's different. Because let's be real, it's so saturated right now, and any way that you can stand out is the best way to go about it. But like when you sit down, do you feel like those creative juices come flowing to you, or is it really difficult to get into that space?
It's difficult right now because I do see myself just saying, okay, well, I could talk about what is Triple H doing with Carmelo Hayes and LA Knight, or I could talk about like all these negatives. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to keep talking about the negatives, you know?
Hmm.
Because when I do, that does bring in a certain audience. And I'm like, I can't have that certain audience with me every single time because I don't want to feel negative and down about everything.
Hmm. That's the hardest part, I would say, is that you don't want to let other people's opinions bring you down, but you also want to share your opinion unfiltered. And it's difficult because, like, you get a certain audience
Yeah.
that comes on in, right? So,
Mhm.
how do you go about keeping your reactions genuine and not performative?
I think it's very easy to do so once you feel comfortable in front of a camera. Because when I first started doing reactions, I felt kind of like intimidated by the way that like, oh, well, people expect me to react this way, and people will say, well, why did she react this way? I was in my head too much, where it was still me, but I think I was so in my head that I wasn't actually 100% me. Now I'm like 100% me. So you can see me just like either like have no reaction when people are reacting, or react accordingly, or just me popping off for no reason and people are like, why is she laughing, why is she excited about this? I think it's, yeah, it's easy when you feel comfortable in
Right.
front of a camera.
Absolutely. And so it's real then. Your reactions are real. And I think you know where I'm going with this. The whole conversation around fake reactions that is online all the time. It's from one streamer to another. It is incredibly difficult to fake your reactions. I don't know how people do it. If you do, you burn out super duper quick. You won't get any enjoyment
Yep.
from it. So, what's something that you think the fans need to hear about reactors? Just anything at all. Do you think you got something that I don't know what I'm trying to say here? Do you think it's fake? Do you think any reactions out there are fake?
The thing about reactions is once you do it, you can tell who's faking it. At least for me, I can tell some of them are faking it. And I mean, I'm here to tell you, it's probably not the people that you think,
Yeah.
because we've been doing it for so long that. What do you mean we're faking our reactions? Do you think that we're actually going to be on here Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays for however you do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever, and we're just gonna sit here and fake react? That's a lot of freaking energy. It is. And what if like you are just not feeling good? And
Right.
now you have to be like, well, let me fake this reaction. Like, it's so weird. I don't know. The only thing that I will say is people think that reaction creators, and at least for like the people that have been doing it for a while, just think that they're reaction creators. And that actually annoys me because I'm like, all the work that we put into on our platforms, on our YouTubes, streaming, like everything that we do and put a lot of work into just gets subdued into, hey, you're just a reaction creator. No. And pardon me, but no, bitch. Like, no, I put in the damn work.
Yeah, it's a lot. And like I think the best part about the space right now is that the people who have broken through over the last couple of years in the reaction space are trying to grow beyond just being a reaction streamer. We all know that it's not sustainable long term. It might even die this year for all we know, right? At any given point, that reaction content can be gone. So, as MinniePortable moves into the future, what does her future look like? What does she want to do?
Well, the goal when I first started was always to work for some wrestling promotion, right? I think my goals are I still would like opportunities from certain companies and like collaborations and stuff like that, but I think my goals are a lot different. I think they're aligning with more like, but you are your own business, like you are your own product, and you should really focus on what you're doing. So for the future, I really want to do a lot more, but I feel like, which is another reason why I'm detoxing. I feel like my brain has been so foggy and I haven't been able to think clearly because I know that I have a lot of potential. I've had potential in the past to do a lot of things that I didn't know that I was capable of. But then I went down a dark path where I was fogging my brain with alcohol, with, just bad habits that now that I'm detoxing, it's going to take a while. but I think I will have more of a clearer path on what I want to do with this channel. So
Good for
can't
you,
really give you,
seriously,
yeah.
for realizing that, right? It's never easy to realize that, but I think some very bright days are ahead for you here, Minnie.
I think
What's
so too.
something that you think wrestling fans need to relax about?
Ratings, like somebody, somebody on my TikTok live was like, "What do you think about like the dudes that like talk about ratings?" I'm like, "They get no bitches. How are you so concerned about ratings, dude?" Like, I'm sorry that I keep saying bitch,
No, please, unapologetic. You're raw. You're authentic. Like that's why we like Minnie.
but it's like if you had a bitch, you would be worried about your bitch. Instead, you're worried about ratings. You're worried about ratings every single week. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah. I listen, if I'm not the owner, like if it doesn't affect me personally, do I want him to grow? Yes, absolutely. Would I like them to increase their ratings? Yes, absolutely. But I'm not gonna make it my entire job or my
Right.
personality to talk about ratings.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that is just a world that once you get into, it's a very sad world. Let's be real, right? There's not a lot of joy within watching those numbers for another promotion if they're going up or going down each week. But there is something that is really fun about wrestling. It's the actual wrestling shows, going to them, being a part of that energy, being a part of that
Mhm.
atmosphere. What's your favorite live wrestling show you've ever been to?
I think it had to be WrestleMania 39. Yeah, WrestleMania 39 was in Hollywood, California. I went to night one and night two. The atmosphere was great. I went with Suplex the first night and then my sister the second night. And it was awesome, even though I didn't like the ending at that time. But yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, that ending, I it still burns a hole in my heart. I was on that Cody train at that time. Were you on the Cody train as
Mhm.
well? Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh man, it was so did the energy just like escape the arena when Roman won at 39?
In my section, yes. My sister is a Roman fan, so she's like, yeah. And like, but also like Latino people are so heavily into Roman Reigns. I love Roman Reigns, I do, but at that time I was like, Cody needs to win this. But like all the Hispanics just love Roman. So so my little section was like that, but for the most part, everybody was happy. Like everybody was like, oh yeah, Roman, acknowledge.
Fingers up all around. I don't
Yeah.
put my finger up for Roman Reigns. I don't do it. Do you acknowledge Roman Reigns?
Yes, I always do.
All
Yes.
right, Minnie. All right, all right, all right.
All the
Freaking
time.
Dodgers fan over here. You going to any shows soon?
Yeah, I'll be at Ring of Honor Final Battle and I'll be at Collision in December 5, 6, or 7, something like that.
Nice, nice. So, like, Ohio gets a lot of shows that roll through, right? Have you found yourself more interested in trying to go to independent shows since you've moved to Ohio?
Yeah, I've been to a couple out here before I even moved. It's uh it's the oh my God, I feel so bad that I'm forgetting. Uh AIW. I think it's that. I've been to a couple, but I feel bad. I forgot. Damn. Sorry, my peeps. I
It
forgot the
happens,
name.
right? The wrestling
Yeah.
brain that we have, right? I
Yeah.
couldn't tell you either. But if there's a match or moment that you still think about, what is it?
In general, like
Yeah,
with
just in
anything.
general, like when you're literally just sitting there and you think, man, I can't believe I saw that.
Well, I wasn't there live for it, but I always think about the AJ Lee pipe, or her pipe bomb or whatever it's called. I don't even know if it's called pipe bomb anymore. I think about Seth Rollins cashing it, or no, Seth Rollins coming back. I believe it was Survivor Series. Roman Reigns at the time, I hated this man, and Seth Rollins came back from injury, and he pedigreed Roman Reigns. I think about that moment all the
About
damn
that
time.
moment. Yeah, that was a great moment.
Yeah.
So, like, I see you're
Yeah.
wearing the AJ Lee sweater. AJ Lee has had such a big influence on your career and, like, as wrestling fandom as well. How did it feel when AJ Lee reposted your reaction?
It was so cool, and she reposted me before too when I've met her in Los Angeles at Comic-Con, or it was anim no, it was Comic-Con, yeah. So she reposted me before and I thought that was so cool. And then she reposted me again, and then like what she said was so sweet. But you know how they say never meet your heroes? I was always scared of that because it's true, like some of these people are not good people.
Hmm.
But when I met her, she was so sweet. That interaction was great. And then online, she's kept that same interaction with her fans. And I'm just like, this is a good person. So yeah, it felt cool.
That's awesome. So, like, she obviously has been a huge inspiration to you throughout everything. Is there anybody else right now that is a huge inspiration to you?
Um, I think I would have to go with Bianca Belair just because she does all well, her and Jade Cargill. I feel like they're on the same because Jade Cargill is a mother and like she's so freaking buff and like everything she does in life, I feel like she's putting in so much work. But also Bianca Belair, she makes her own gear. Like she's like a sweetheart. I think they're just inspirations in general as like what I kind of want to be as a woman.
That's awesome. Yeah, you know what, Bianca Belair, the fact that she does make her own gear and she wears like literally her heart on her sleeve every time she goes out there
Hmm.
is very, very touching to see. I'm just gonna go off on a tangent here. My favorite Bianca Belair moment was, I think it was it last year at WrestleMania where she came out with that little girl who recently lost her mother or something like that, and they did all the dancing. It might have been 2 years ago. But moments like that is what makes me love Bianca Belair, that she
Hmm.
truly just gets it, right? Is
Yeah.
is there another moment that for you has stood out with Bianca Belair?
Um, with Bianca, I feel like I just like her entrances. I think every single time she comes out with a little hair whip and she just smiles, I'm just like, I don't know. It brings like a positive environment. So I've always felt like welcoming with her entrance specifically.
All right. And speaking of positive environments, you got to correct me if I'm wrong. Do you still grow plants? Is that like your thing that you
Um,
do still?
well, I'm trying to build my own like indoor nursery here, but it's going very slow because I didn't bring any of the plants here. I used to have my own
Okay.
plant shop. Yes.
Gotcha. So that's was that what you worked on beforehand? That was your full-time job over there, was working in the plant shop, or was that just a hobby?
It was one of my jobs.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It was an online plant store and I would ship out plants, but I would get busy during spring and summer mostly, and during like Mother's Day and Valentine's Day. But yeah, I am trying to bring my plants here. I'm slowly growing them.
How does
Yeah.
one even get into that?
It was for me, it was all about money. It was lucrative. It was COVID. I was like, I could make an online business. I like, what do people need right now? I was like, plants. What do you mean? Like, they're at home, they need to take care of something. So that's why I started. Didn't realize that I was going to fall in love with it in the process. But yeah, it was just because it was lucrative. So yeah, and now I love plants.
Nice, nice. And
Mhm.
is there anything else that you're kind of doing right now outside of wrestling?
Um, I'm just taking care of myself. I haven't been taking care of myself for a while, so yeah, at the moment that's my priority. Just and also picking up old hobbies. I used to sew when I was in high school, so I do have a sewing machine. Again, Bianca Belair inspired, man. I do have a sewing machine, so I'm gonna start making like cosplays and or my own clothes. So yeah.
That's cool. You any plans to like make your own stream gear or something like that?
I plans on making somebody's gear.
All right, all right. Stay tuned, eh?
I mean, it's not
Little
a
bit
big
of a
deal, but
scoop.
it's not a big deal. It's not a big scoop, but I mean, people can guess it. But the person just hasn't came out and said that they're gonna start training. So yeah, I'm getting in
That's
the habit. Yeah.
all right. Well, we look forward to
Uh,
seeing where that all goes. You mentioned
mhm.
mental health, and one thing that I really appreciate about this wrestling space is that the creators have been really open about mental health, whether it be their own struggles or seeing other people struggle in their life. How do you balance being online every day with keeping a healthy mental health?
I read a lot. I recently started doing yoga, but I also have a partner who is extremely open and honest and is receptive as well. So I can always count on him to like just talk to him about I'm feeling this way because I'm too chronically online or just whatever. What does get me and what affects my mental health is like the reality of how ugly the world is. So like people call me names, whatever. But when I go into certain Twitter sections and it's about, like real life stuff, and the comment sections are just the worst kind of people agreeing with the bad stuff that is happening to a woman or just anything, that affects me where I'm like, I just don't want to do anything for the rest of the day knowing that people like that exist.
Mhm.
So that for me is really tough. And then that's when I do go in my shell and I like try to read or try to watch something positive because I'm like, people are just the worst online.
So, like, what's your personal, okay, I need a break signal?
There was this one time where I started crying on stream because of real life, because of my own personal life. And I was like, I need a break. Let me go ahead and take a week off. And I just took a week off because I'm like, that's my breaking point. I think when you are more reactive, because sometimes I find myself being so reactive on stream for no reason too.
Hmm.
Just somebody said something so casual and I'm so reactive. I'm like, okay, I need a break. Like, so sometimes I just cancel it like in the midst of like SmackDown. I'm
Good.
like, listen, yeah,
Normalize it, right?
yeah,
Seriously.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then my stream, they're like, okay, yeah, don't worry about it. And then I come back refreshed because that's the best way to talk to your community, not when you're reactive.
Absolutely. Yeah. Taking those breaks, realizing when you need them, and like normalizing that it's okay to step away for a little bit. We've been so much in this space that it's just grind, grind, go, 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 right? Wrestling doesn't
Hmm.
stop, but you got to protect up here, right? And I just smoked my
Yeah.
elbow. Apparently, got to protect my elbow as well. But yeah, just look after yourself. This is for anybody else out there listening as well. If you need a little bit of time away, it's okay. The space will still be here. Wrestling rolls around year round. So, if you had to
Hmm.
say to one person listening right now who maybe is struggling mentally, what advice would you offer them?
I would say don't compare yourself to anybody, and I know that's easier said than done, believe me, because I find myself comparing still. But it's like your game, it's your life, it's your own story, it's your book. Literally, whatever you have inside you is enough to do whatever the hell you want. But you just really have to find that in you, and that's gonna take a long time. I'm in my 30s. It's like I'm in my 30s, and I feel more confident now. But it's gonna take a while. But just if you stop comparing yourself to others when you realize that they're struggling mentally or some way, probably even worse than you, I'm not saying that you should be happy about that, but it's more like I could be here smiling, but well, I mean, I just said I'm detoxing for a reason. Like it's like I was struggling for so long, and now it's like I feel better. But it's like, yeah, just if you could not compare yourself to somebody, that's like the best advice that I could give.
Comparison is the thief of joy. Well said. And as for the next year here, Minnie, if you were to look out through the next 12 months, let's say, what does that look like for you? What are your goals? What do you wish to accomplish? What's on your mind?
100,000 subscribers on YouTube is like my number one goal right now, which is why I've been posting more daily videos. I don't know. I feel like people say that I have a platform, but I still feel like no, but like I want a platform. Like it's like I still say that. I'm like I want a platform though, and people are like, "But you have one." So I guess it's more of like just solidifying that I have a platform. And because this is like the biggest reach that I'm going here, but I always think about it too. If law so I love Law and Order. I watch it all the damn time. I really want to be the actress for a Law and Order episode, and they're talking about the whole Vince McMahon wrestling thing, and I want to play the actress. I want to be an actress in whatever wrestling story, actually, anything related to something like that, because it's SVU. I want to be that actress because I feel like I could really hone in my trauma, and I could, yeah, and I could nail
It
that
will
shit.
come across well on screen. Eh?
Yeah, yeah.
A little relatable. I love that. I love that. Is there any way that you know that you could break into acting a little more? Like I know you've got your background in LA. How would that look like if you wanted to break into that?
I think I would have to probably find like an agency. There are agencies that I knew about in Los Angeles, but I don't know where it's filmed. I don't know if Law and Order is filmed in New York, because if it is, I'm closer to New York than I was in Los Angeles. It's the next state over.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. I would just have to go audition. But also, I feel like if I don't know, because people pitch stories too. And if it's a good story, then they do it. So, I don't
Well,
know,
I
man.
guess
Just
get pitching.
just get pitching.
Yeah, just get bitching right there. And the last little thing, okay, I always like to end these conversation podcasts with like some words of advice towards people. And we got into that with the mental health. But in terms of wrestling creation, right, if you wanted to break into this, if somebody listening right now is like, this is what I want to do, what's the real advice that you have for them? Not just the poster advice that everybody says. What's the
Yeah.
real advice you have for them?
It's so oversaturated. If you really want to be in this space, you're going to have to keep going and going. And unfortunately, you might not keep going because the wrestling community freaking sucks, man. You can say one thing and everybody takes it the other way that you might even quit. So if you really want to do this, you just got to know what you're going to do and keep blinders, like wear blinders. Sure, engage with your comment section, engage, build a community, but wear blinders. Like don't let the like those comments affect you. Because man, wrestling fans are annoying. That's the most honest advice I could give
It
you. Like,
is.
if you really want to be a wrestling creator, put blinders on with some of those comments, filter it out because it will get annoying and you're just going to be depleted because you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'd rather be a fan than like talk to fans. So,
That's very fair, right? You just got to be true to yourself. If you're not,
yeah.
you could be easily swayed into one way or another, right?
Yeah.
And then as for the rest of the world, not wrestling content creation, what's one message you want to put out there?
The only thing that comes to mind, I was trying to think of something else, but the only thing that comes to mind is read. I think reading is really important. It helps a lot mentally. So yeah, read.
You reading something right now?
I just finished a dopamine book. I've been reading, trying to read a book a month, so I just finished that one, and then I'm gonna read the AEW book that they just got, and then I have like
Nice.
a whole stack of other books that I'm gonna be reading. But yeah,
So read. Read is the
read,
advice. Read, read,
yeah,
read.
read.
Love it, Minnie. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join us. This was a great conversation. I know some people listening are going to get a lot out of this. Where can people find you? What do you have coming up? Let them know.
MinniePortable everywhere except for TikTok. Minnie.portable. I did get banned. I was saying sussy stuff when I first started, so that's how I got banned. But it's Minnie.portable on TikTok, and then where you'll see me, I did get press for GalaxyCon here in Columbus, Ohio. So I'll be out there walking, probably asking you questions if you get there, or if you are there, I'm sorry. That's pretty much all I have coming up. Yeah.
Awesome. And then we can find you on Twitch and all that with your live streams. And you, like you said, you've been posting more videos on YouTube. So everybody make sure you go and check that out right there. Minnie, again, thank you so very much. To everybody listening right now, if you're just listening on a platform that you can only, have audio, then I don't know what you do. But if you're on YouTube, make sure you leave a like on this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications for lots more conversations just like this. Minnie, again, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. And we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you. Bye.